to Europe's majestic waterways. Introducing Crystal River Cruises, an all-in
Your love is built for entrees, crafted to the last detail. Flakes to it, white meat chicken, never any byproducts or fillers. Purely natural, tastes purely fancy food. I thought I married an Italian.
Did the ancestry DNA to find out I'm only 16% Italian.
So I went on to Ancestry. Soon learned that one of our ancestors was Eastern European.
This is my ancestor I didn't know about.
When you're out in the field, out in the elements, I think it's the greatest thing in the whole world. It is a cool moment to kind of strap on the blue jacket and head into the snow or to torrential downpours.
Out there in the worst of the weather, we use ethanol being gear, and that keeps us warm and that keeps us dry.
I'm beyond proud to put on that blue jacket and be part of the Weather Channel.
Regardless of what's going to happen, weather-wise, people want us there to take it through. I've always been proud to wear that jacket.
And maybe do a quick errand or something for the next few hours. Advice for the driving.
You know, right now, it's not bad on the interstate. Now, you get off the interstate, and these roads are still ice covered. Now, I'm just talking about the interstate is clear. I can look over at the side roads, and they still a sheet of ice. You know, so that the DOT has just now kind of left the interstate. They're just now kind of starting to work the side roads, and they haven't done that all day. So they might make them a little bit better, but right now they're pretty slick.
All right, well, thank you so much. Certainly take it easy out there, and we appreciate you giving us some live looks at the ice that's going into Missouri. Let's find out more on the forecast here and go over to Mark.
Thank you, Jennifer. We've been following the camera here at St. Louis University. The ice has been growing on the camera lens because, hey, the precip has moved in, and, well, that's an elevated camera, so it's cold, right, and untreated, so the ice is building up. But more importantly, we've been watching the radar. Let's take a look at that. Here in the lab with Storm Specialist Carl Parker. And Carl, so many stories here, right? We've got the north wind reinforcing there, and we've now got saturated air. And so the precip will have an easier time to continue to fill in.
Yeah, and you've got this moist flow that's coming out of the southwest at about 5,000 feet out. And so that's supplying this moisture into these areas. And you're going to see these waves as upper disturbances come through. And it's going to fill in a lot more in Oklahoma and Kansas overnight tonight in particular.
And you know, this area of the country is certainly no stranger to ice storms, some significant storms in the past.
Yeah, and we look back to 2007, this is probably a pretty close analog, as we say, for this event. And in that case, 250,000 people were without power, some as long for a couple of weeks, and $130 million in damage. I'm not saying that that is going to happen in this case, but it's a similar situation, and there is that potential when you're talking about a crippling ice storm over a huge area of real estate here. And we've expanded that to the north to really solidly include Omaha and Lincoln right now.
And then the damaging zone expanded both to the north and east, as well as to the south. Oklahoma City now under ice storm warnings, all the way up through Iowa into Wisconsin now with damaging potential.
Right, and when we talk about a crippling storm, we mean widespread tree damage and potential for long-term. Monday morning, we're still talking about freezing rain in the
It takes until then, really, to get the ice out of portions of Oklahoma. Don't go anywhere. Weather Underground starts next.
An ice storm warning is in effect.
currently in our area, 27 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, cloudy, areas of freezing rain, possible 8, low 25. Saturday, overcast, areas of freezing rain possible, high 34. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Coming up on this special edition of Weather Underground.
Live coverage from the field on Winter Storm Jupiter, a major ice storm now underway across the plains and Midwest. We'll go in-depth on the areas most at risk for crippling amounts of ice and widespread, long-lasting power outages. Plus,
we cannot urge you enough to stay off the roadways if at all possible.
Find out where travel conditions will not only be dangerous, but next to impossible, and for days to come.
and then there's the severe side of Jupiter. We show you where tornadoes could threaten next on Weather Underground. Well, through the weekend.
We, of course, have team coverage for you this evening as we follow the storm. Look at that pink on the map. It's been lighting us up today in places like St. Louis, where we have ice accumulating right now. And heading back into southwest Missouri, back over to Kansas. Our live crews are out there, including Weather Channel's Jeff Michaels reporting from Kansas City, Missouri, and Scott Newell on the ground in St. Louis, two major cities under the gun under ice storm warnings as conditions now start to deteriorate going into the weekend.
Now, I want to start things off with Weather Channel Scott Newell. He is live in St. Louis, Missouri. Scott, I saw last check you were slipping and sliding already on some of the sidewalks, and I can't imagine it's a good night really for anybody to be outdoors.
No, and the good thing is that they knew this was coming, so they pretty well closed down a lot of businesses here in St. Louis, the St. Louis area, and 500 schools or so, they were canceled today. So we didn't have a situation where the kids went in the morning and then they had to figure out how they were going to get them home. So that's good. But yeah, what you are talking about is what we've got on the ground here. The sidewalks are slippery right here. There's been a lot of salt put on these, though. We're right in the heart of downtown St. Louis. And also, if you take a look at some of the plants here, you can see that these are solid. That is solid ice right there. You can break it. And on the tree limbs here, just like this here, small layer of ice. And of course, the big concern here is what happens when that gets on the power lines, what happens when it gets on the trees and some of the branches break and you down power lines and you cover up the highways. Well, they've got crews out working. They've got 200 MoDOT crews out making sure that things are solid. They've brought in about 1,000, as I understand it, crews that are available to do things like tend to some of the power outages if there are any. One of the good news, and into tomorrow, you know, that temperature is going to determine exactly how much ice we get here, how bad things are. If it gets above freezing, then of course it'll be better. But if it stays below freezing, as you know, that's when the problems can be caused by the power outages and things like that. But since the wind is not going to be so bad, that is some good news. But that's the situation here. People pretty much staying home. But one thing, there's something called the winter warm-up out there. It's supposed to start tomorrow. That's when all the St. Louis Cardinals come out and all the players sign autographs. Usually the lines will be around this block tomorrow, but they won't be. They've canceled it for tomorrow. We'll have to see if they're going to continue on with Sunday and Monday. Mike, Alex, back to you.
Scott, thank you. The only thing that can come between Cardinal fans and their team
is ice.
The weather, apparently, but they're doing the right thing.
It makes sense. You know, you're not thinking boys of summer in the middle of an ice storm either, and nobody wants to go up against that. Let's talk a little bit about forecasting over the next few hours for this storm. Tom Nizzle here with us, winter weather expert, already shaping up as expected. We're seeing the ice accumulations. We've already seen some heavy accumulations of ice.
And it's amazing because, yeah, we've seen as much as 3/4 of an inch of ice, and what's happened is we've actually had some convective nature to the precipitation. It's come down very hard for a short period of time and produced those accumulations. Right now, if you take a look on the radar, we've kind of overlaid those radar echoes. They're moving along, and the cold air behind that. So you can see the temperatures there. Springfield at 33, but Looking at Kansas City, they're at 26, and St. Louis at 31 with that ice coming down, and of course back in Oklahoma City, a glaze of ice there. So there is the radar. It doesn't look like a lot, does it? But boy, when you zoom into these areas, there is significant accumulation occurring already. So once again, in Oklahoma City, 29 degrees there right now, and you see that massive precipitation moving up to the east of Oklahoma City. Well, it may be okay in Oklahoma City, but to the east of there, as we work up toward Tulsa later tonight, that temperature stays below 32. This could be a very rapid accumulation of ice.
Tom, at one point, Oklahoma City was not under an ice storm warning. The National Weather Service there decided that this afternoon they'd do that.
They did, and it's partially for what had come in a little earlier, what is going to occur as we get into the nighttime hours. They get up to about a half an inch, and that's when they'll issue the warnings there. So take heed there. And then we go further north. We're in a little colder air here up toward Raleigh and getting into St. Louis. And you can see that precipitation working across there. Now in St. Louis, it looks like the back edge of that might just slide south and east of you as we go through the evening here. But then that activity will move even east of there, and that area is going to have problems. There's that accumulation. They picked up 0.8 of an inch of ice around Aldridge there in the Evergreen, Missouri area.
Tom, if you look at the traffic cams, by the way, in Springfield, north side, there's icicles on the camera, south side, just wet.
It's amazing, and there's got to be that cutoff somewhere, right? So, and then to the east, you can see it even moving out across, even into Bloomington here. We're going to begin to see ice accumulations in some of those areas where the temperatures drop below 32 degrees. So that's what's going on now. I'll come back a little bit. I want to explain what's going to happen as we go through the night.